What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and I'm here today with some late reviews. So, actually, let me go ahead and tell you guys how the schedule's going to work this week. We'll be off. The schedule's going to be kind of off, more so specifically like Sunday shows. So, Power Book 3 and The Shy. Those videos you might not. If you don't see them Thursday, you won't see them at all. But that's my goal, is to have those uploaded on Thursday, because Thursday I don't have much to do, because today is Tuesday. I'm doing Real Housewives of Potomac, which this is that video, and then I'm doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and then The Oval comes on tonight, as well as Real Housewives of New York. So that's 4 videos right there. And then Wednesday, we have, what do we have on Wednesday? Actually, it might be Thursday or Friday. So between those 2 days, Thursday and Friday, actually, I think I'm gonna scrap them and just talk about them next week, next Sunday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, this is gonna be Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 3. The episode was titled Jiminy Crickets. Now, you guys, before we get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and not yet subscribed, then do me a favor, stop taking me out on this date. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit all the buttons, hit the like, share all of them. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we? All right, you guys, let's start out with Robin, okay? So we see Robin. So Robin, her alarm clock is going off. She's ignoring her alarm clock, and then Juan came into the room and asked her, were the boys awake? So she gets up and she gets one of them up. I think it was Carter. She woke him up to get ready for school, right? Robin went right back to her bed and went to sleep. Now, I did see a brief clip. Actually, I tried to watch that interview. Actually, did I finish that interview? Actually, I might have finished that interview. I don't know how, but I watched the interview she and Giselle did when they went to the Breakfast Club, when they were promoting their podcast that they have. Have not listened to it because I don't want to listen to it. But Robin was talking about, in the early stages of COVID, that during the pandemic she was going through her bout with depression, and definitely can see it right here, right? So, like I said, she went back to sleep. So Juan goes back in there and asks her, what about the other one? She says, oh, I got an alarm set for that. I got an alarm set for him, 2 minutes. And it was his school started at 9:10, but she had an alarm set for 2 minutes. So I'm like, wait a minute, you just gonna wake him up 2 minutes before a class? Is he gonna brush his teeth? Is he gonna eat something? What is he gonna do? Like, damn. But I get it, she's, the pandemic, even with me during the beginning of it, I didn't want to do anything. Like, I couldn't move around. I was just like, damn, very lethargic, right? And a bit of depressed. So then, Juan got upset with her, right? And she says it's the pandemic. But Juan feels that this is an excuse for Robin, which I don't agree with that. I don't think that Robin is using this as an excuse. I really believe this is what she's going through. This is what she's dealing with, right? So then we later see Robin, and she's at her mom's warehouse, and she's dealing with those hats that she has, that she says is selling now. Have any of you guys bought any of Robin's hats? So we also see that the new friend of the housewife, Ascala, is there. And, Wendy comes over, and, Robin introduces her to Ascala. So we all know Wendy's Nigerian, and we find out that Ascala is Ethiopian. She's very beautiful, by the way. So then when Wendy showed up, Robin said she's outgrown her house. And I'm like, girl, bye. If you say so. You know what? I'm not even gonna shit on Robin, because, a thriving business is a thriving business. Even if you paying people to buy, we're not gonna shade Robin. We're not gonna do that, right? So Robin also says that she's added some clothing to the line. I'm like, okay. Again, let me know, have you guys purchased anything from Robin? Let me know that question, right? So then Wendy tells Robin that, she wants to do Home Essential. And Robin was like, wow, Home Essential? So you were a professor, you're a doctor, but now you're doing Home Essential. But hey, how, don't judge. Some people do other things, they go to school for one thing, but turns out their passion is something completely different. I'm one of those people. Went to school for business, but my passion is still business, but it's just a different aspect of business, like entertainment side. So where we at, right? Where we at? So then Robin, not Robin, but Wendy asks Robin, why didn't she come to Karen's party? She says because Juan didn't come. And, so Wendy's telling her that it was interesting because Mia was there. And we'll talk about Mia in just a little bit. But let's move on. Let's talk about the Grande Dame, Karen Hugo. So we see Karen. Karen is got her set up kind of like what I got. She got her ring light. She got well, actually Karen has a ring light and a computer. I don't have a computer. My computer's in my bag. I don't use my computer. I use my phone. I actually need to buy me a new camera. That is what I was when I was in Vegas. I was like, damn, because I saw a lot of people around with actual cameras. I'm like, I wish I had a camera to do this because we spend so much time outside of our suite that all of our phones. Well, me and my cousin wasn't. Yeah, sometimes hers were dead. Well, but she had more battery in life than me and my cousin. But yeah, I was like, damn, because every time we look at the phone, be like, ooh, we had 20%, and we would be far away from the hotel. But yeah, so she's setting up for this virtual she's doing this live for La Dame. She's adding a new wig line, Queen and something else. I forgot what it was. All I could think about was when Ray, I mean, you can see Ray in the background and Ray was, lifting stuff. I'm like, ooh, Ray's back is going to give out on him. Oh, baby, my back gave out on me. Karen, you got to help me. My back, help me. Like, that's all I was just thinking about. Y'all know them commercials. I've helped. I've fallen. I can't get up. Like, that was giving me that vibe, right? But I'm here for Karen, with La Dame. So then Wendy, later in the episode, Wendy came over to Karen's house, right? And she's just coming over there to get some business advice from Karen. Since we all know Karen is doing, La Dame, the fragrance, the wigs. What else is Karen doing? I know she's doing the fragrance. I know her fragrance is in Bloomingdale's. I actually saw her fragrance. Definitely I saw her fragrance. What else is she? I know she's doing a lot, right? So it's very interesting to see Wendy and Karen getting along because you guys remember last season it was contention between them, and now they're good. And now Wendy is coming because you guys and they showed that clip of the reunion where Wendy was talking about she wouldn't come, she wasn't gonna come crawling to Karen for advice. Now here you are talking to Karen about advice, right? So Wendy tells Karen that she wants to start a candle line, and Karen is like, okay, a candle line. She loves it. So she's just asking her, pretty basic questions. And whatever your budget is, up it. So Wendy's budget is $20,000, so double it. So she's $40,000. She asked her who was her target audience. She doesn't know that. Wendy said that, she's done her business plan, but it's only one paragraph. Girl, that is not a business plan then. That is literally just a letterhead. So you need to do your business plan. She doesn't know who her target audience is. She doesn't know why her audience would pick her candle over, say, I'm trying to think of some big candle companies. The wick company. I can't think of them right now. The wick company. Can't even think of that company's name because I buy their candles all the time. They smell so good. Or let's just even say, even though their candles, my God, when you walk by that store, it chokes. That store in the malls that sells candles. Whew. Is it Bed Bath and Beyond? I think it is. When you walk by that, yes, it is. When you walk by that store, the aroma of all of them candles, like I have to close my nose when I walk by them stores because I'm like, oh God, it's just so many different aromas. I'm not saying that they stink, but some of those aromas, they just mix together and it's just like, whoosh, hits you in the face, right? But yeah, they talk about that. What Wendy needs to do is Wendy needs to figure, Wendy's number one thing she needs to do, finish that business plan. Like I have a business plan. I don't know where my business plan is. I don't know where it is. I may have it saved somewhere. No, I don't. But I did a business plan when I was in college. I was in a venture planning class, and our big project of the semester was we had to create a business plan. I even made one for my marketing class when I was in college. I made one for my marketing class, my venture capital. It was venture capital. It was venture capital. Well, the book was venture capital, but it was entrepreneurism. Like I've done this. I'm like, I know more about this, and I don't even have half of the money that y'all have. But okay, go off, Wendy. Let's move on. All right, you guys. Let's talk about Mia real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The jury is still out for me when it comes to Mia. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't like Mia. I like Mia. The jury is out when it comes to Mia, right? So we see Mia. So she and Gordon, they're doing some business, and then she got a text message from Saturn's rings about the pamper day for, Hey Arnold, Stewie. And then, she and Gordon talk about what happened at Karen's. He was with the guys, they were talking about guy things, wasn't really paying attention to them, right? Now, Mia, you do look two-faced from what we can see. I just don't get why Wendy is coming down on her so hard. But you do look a little two-faced, and I'm actually gonna have to agree with her about the Wendy and Eddie situation. It does look like Eddie is afraid of Wendy, but Mia, like I said, Mia just looks two-faced. Like I didn't have an issue with her saying that Giselle had a good heart to Karen. Looks like Giselle has a good heart to Karen. I didn't have an issue with that, but I was just thinking you don't know her well, and you just met her for the first time. So how can you come with that judgment, that assessment? How can you come up with that in knowing her for maybe an hour or two or longer than that, right? And then we'll talk about her a little bit more. But it just looks a little two-faced to me. So then we find out a little bit more about Mia. So her oldest son, whose name is Joshua, he's with her ex, his name is Tim. They have joint custody of him. And, she has a very good relationship with Tim. I think actually all three of them, Tim, her, and Gordon, all have a great relationship with each other, right? So then Mia tells us that she wants to spend Valentine's Day with Gordon and her mother, which I was like, okay, that's more interesting. But I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do, then do it. But then she tells us a little bit more about her mom and her dad. And I'm like, okay, I get her backstory. I still didn't get why she wanted to have Valentine's Day with them. So her mom and dad were both addicted to drugs. She grew up in a foster care, which sad, really sad. But I mean, I still didn't understand why she wanted to do Valentine's Day with her. Why not maybe say her birthday, whenever that is, or just pick pick a random weekend and say, hey mom, how about me, you, or actually more specifically, how about me and you do something, try to rekindle, repair, fix the relationship, see if there's anything salvageable there. Why not do that? But hey, just an outsider looking in. Let's move on, right, you guys? So let's talk about Candice, right? So Candice, she is really stepping into her new role as being, stepmother to her kids. She got a FaceTime from her mom, and, Candice tells her, she's going to be having tea with Karen, and her mom tells her to be careful. Do I think Karen's going to do anything? No. Now, I know what her mom is talking about. You guys remember last season at the reunion, Candice let us know that Karen had went to the Bravo executives about her because Candice had sent to Karen a text message. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the text message told her to go to hell. And she was talking about her mental and all that kind of stuff. Bitch, if I tell you to go to hell, I'm not calling Karen a bitch. I'm just saying bitch in general. That's a loose bitch. Bitch, if I tell you to go to hell, that just means what? Take your ass, firmly plant your ass in hell with the devil right beside you. You can sit in his lap, you can sit on his throne, you can sit wherever the hell you want to sit. But firmly place your ass down in the pits of hell. That's all I'm saying. Go to hell. Get the hell away from me. Leave me alone with that bullshit. Like, you don't have to go to our boss and tell them, oh, you think it's something going on with me because I told you to go to hell. Get lost. So then she tells her music career is going good. She tells her that Chris is managing her. She's like, good luck with that one. And she's like, Mom, why do you have to be so passive aggressive? I didn't take it as your mom was being passive aggressive, Candice. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Know I do like Chris. I like Chris, but he's not working. And Candice is in school. She's on this show. She is singing, acting. It looks a little strange that he's now managing you. I'm not saying he's doing it. I'm not saying that he's trying to leech off of you or anything like that, but it does look a little, on the strange side. Just gonna be honest with you guys. Just looks a little strange to me, right? So then we see Karen. So Karen goes over to her house. They talk about her mother, her being stepmother. How is motherhood going for her? She says it's fun, but it's challenging, but it lets her know that she can be a mother, right? So then Candice tells Karen that she wants to move forward, but when with moving forward with Karen, she has to figure out, they have to define what that is because at this point, she doesn't completely trust Karen. And Karen's like, but with you were hurt physically and emotionally, but with me, I was hurt emotionally. Now you guys know I love Karen. Karen's my boo. I fucks with Karen. I follow Karen on Instagram. And you guys know I've always said it. I have no problem calling a person out when I feel like they need to be called out. Karen, how are you emotionally hurt? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out with Karen. How in the hell were you emotionally hurt? You, granted, the girls wanted you to pick a side, but and my thing with Karen last season was Karen really, for me, Karen wasn't neutral because I felt like Karen had picked a side, and I felt like she picked the side of the person whose name we're not going to say on this channel. I don't have an issue with her, and I don't want to put that out there. I don't have an issue with that person. I just don't want to speak her name because I don't want to go into anything with anybody about her. She's not on the show, so we're not going to bring up her name. But I have no problems with it. I just don't want to bring up her name because she's not on the show anymore. But she picked her side. That's what I feel. You guys can agree, disagree, but I really feel that Karen picked her side last season instead of Candice's side, right? So, and Candice, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop crying. I'm not crying, but I'm gonna need you to move on from this, right? If you want to be cool with Karen, be like Karen, because Karen is not gonna apologize for what she did, and she didn't. And Karen said that she felt iced out. That part I will give to Karen. I will give her that. People were trying to ice her out because she was, and it goes back to what I just said a minute ago. She was on the other person's side. She was not with Candice, whereas Saturn's rings. Actually, here's the thing. They had an issue with Karen, but Hey Arnold Stewie. You know what? I don't even care about Hey Arnold Stewie. Don't care about her, right? But, Candice says to Karen that they may not be as close as they are, and right now she doesn't trust her. I accept that, Candice. You ain't got no other choice but to, Karen. Let's move on, you guys, and wrap up. All right, you guys, let's talk about Saturn's rings and Hey Arnold Stewie. So we see Saturn's rings, right? So Saturn's rings, she's meeting up with Hey Arnold Stewie, and, Hey Arnold Stewie, she's almost due. And, Saturn's rings asks Hey Arnold Stewie, is she worried at all about Michael? We're going to call him the Hobbit. The Hobbit and the Troll. So are you worried about the Hobbit and the Troll? Oh, no, I'm not really worried about it. Yes, you should be. You should be worried about the Hobbit and the Troll. But whatever. So then she says, she'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, what are we giving him the benefit of the doubt for? He was in a hotel room with another woman. He's been squeezing men's asses on camera. Girl, what are we giving the benefit of the doubt? I get it. Hey, Arnold Stewie, it's a payday for you. Cool. I'm not even going to go there with you, right? So, see, here is the Hey Arnold Stewie that gets on my nerves, right? So, her and Saturn's rings, they're sitting down, right? So, Hey Arnold Stewie is talking to her about Karen's event, right? And she tells her that about Mia and the fact that Mia, she's had 3 C-sections. Her clitoris getting worked on because it was getting pounded too much. I don't believe that, but I don't want to hear that, to be quite honest with you. And then Hey Arnold Stewie told Saturn's rings that Mia said that she's just a pretty. Is she something about her being just a pretty face? I ain't gonna give her that much credit. So then Saturn's ring says, well, she's been texting me and boy Robin like since the first time we met her, they showed us the text messages of her texting him. So Saturn's rings, she's talking to Ash, Hey Arnold Stewie, about pregnancy, how with the twins, people were just more concerned about the twins and not about her. So she's gonna pay for her. I'm like, oh, I don't want to celebrate Hey Arnold Stewie and the Hobbit and the Troll having another offspring. Really don't. So then she's talking about who to invite. So Hey Arnold Stewie says, well, I want Karen there, but Saturn's rings doesn't want Karen there. Don't really care, but I guess she agreed. So then Hey Arnold Stewie says she wants me there as well. And then, oh shit, how did I get this out of place? This is supposed to be with Robin. All right, so I did leave a scene out, so I'm gonna squeeze it in right here. I forgot about it. When I was typing, I don't know how we got right here with them. So let's go back to Robin for just a quick second, since we talked about her friend. When Robin was with Ascala and with Wendy, she mentioned to Ascala and Wendy, well, she mentioned to Ascala that Karen drinks too much. And then she didn't, well, actually, this fits right in. And she felt that Karen was attacking Saturn's rings. Karen was not attacking Saturn's rings. It was Saturn's rings. And then, Wendy was saying that she was, and then, Robin was talking about how she felt some type of way at Wendy's house that Saturn's rings was allegedly getting attacked, well, quote, air quotes, getting attacked by Karen. And it wasn't like that. And Wendy's just said that she was trying to keep the peace. So then like it literally says right here, like, girl, I don't want to celebrate Hey Arnold Stewie having an offspring from the Hobbit. Those are my exact words in my notes. I don't want to have anything. I don't want to celebrate that. It's nothing. I mean, we celebrate babies. I'm not going to sit here and the baby is a miracle. I just don't want to celebrate those two, period. So everyone shows up. We see Candice. So Candice comes in and she talks to Giselle. She's telling her, I called her by her name, Saturn's rings. So she's telling her nothing's changed with Karen, but she'll be cordial. I'm like, Candice, you might have to just accept the fact that Karen is not going to apologize. You just have to accept that at this point. But then then Saturn's talking about, well, that's fucked up. Let's see Saturn's rings. Have you apologized to, let's see, the people that you've done some shit to on this show? Let's start with Charisse and the fireman. Did you ever apologize to Charisse about that? Did you ever apologize to Karen about the, that tacky ass shirt you wore when she had her tax issues? Free Uncle Ben. Hashtag tax reform. Did you apologize for that? I believe not. Did you apologize to, you said some shit about Katie, season 1. I'm going to say her name in this instance. Monique. Have you ever apologized to Monique? No. So, girl, move on. Shut up. You just want to act. You just want something with Karen. And I hope Karen gives you the smoke all season long that you're asking for, because you're obviously asking for some smoke. So I hope she gives it to you. I really do. So we see the other lady show up. Even Ascala showed up, right? We found out that Ascala had just had a baby. So then Karen asked, so Karen is talking to Mia. And she's asking her how are she and Wendy. Now, I forgot to mention this as well. Wendy is going around calling herself Zen Wen. Keep that in mind. Remember that. So, Mia was like, well, since Wendy is here, let's ask her. So, I will agree with Wendy on one thing. The putting your hands in my face shit, don't do that. Like, please don't ever put your hands in my face. Because I'm the type of person that'll snap. Like, if you ever put your hands in my face, I'm just the type that'll snap, and I'll be like, you know what, you might be my friend, but I forgot for a second that you was my friend, and I beat your ass because you put your hands in my personal space. Like, don't do that. I don't like that. I don't like people putting their hands right here. I don't like anybody getting that close to me unless we're intimate, and even then, I barely like it. Like, no, unless I ask you, if you say, oh, you got something on your face, where is it? And they say, right here. Oh, you're not getting it. If you got a paper towel or anything, like, get it. You get it. Like, I can't see you. Or give me a mirror. But yeah, I'll give Wendy that one. But I just don't understand why Wendy is so in her fifis about Mia. Now, granted, like I say, Mia comes off as Two-Face. I'm going to definitely give her that. She called that. Mia's coming off a little Two-Face. And then, she's like, I got time today. I'm Zen Wen. I'm Zen Wen. I'm Zen Wen. Girl, you not Zen. Zen, she got time for her today. Zen would not be entertaining that. But okay, Wendy, if you want to go there, you go there. Now, Mia's confusing. Last week they said Mia was a bartender. This week she's a stripper that was wearing a gown. You know what, Mia, if you was popping, if you was, popping that ass and whatever, go on ahead. I don't have no issues with him. But that's Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. And take care of yourselves, you guys. Remember, wash hands, wear a mask, socially distance. If you don't wear a mask, just be safe, you guys. I feel like we're going into another I feel like we're going to go to another lockdown. I hope we don't. Well, I know in Texas we're probably not with our crackhead ass governor. All right, you guys. Sorry that the videos are late, but we're going to be back on schedule. Now with Power Book 3 and The Shy, I'm leaning toward not doing them. I'm really leaning toward that, you guys, but we'll see. And I'll post it on the community tab. I got a community tab now. We'll post it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.